Hello there. My name is Tosin Shosonya, and I'm so delighted to be with you today. Trust you've been having a great one, and you've been having awesome sessions before now. Wow, I'm so delighted that we'll be sharing this moment together. And I have this interesting topic that says beating limiting mindsets. Yes, beating limiting mindsets. You want to overcome limitations in your mind. Basically, that's what it means. You really want to overcome limitation in your mind. And I have these sticker notes that say, limiting beliefs are not equal to facts. The way you see things and what you think life is about is not always what it is, okay? So whatever your current situation, whatever your current circumstance is right now, just know that that is not all that there is to life. Basically, that's what I'm trying to tell you. That all that you are seeing right now is not all that there is to see. And all that you know right now is not all that there is to know. I'm sure you agree with me on that, right? So let's go. What does it mean to beat limiting mindsets? What are limiting mindsets? They are simply your thought patterns and things that you're thinking about that are holding you back from being your great self. Things are holding you back from maximizing your life. Things are holding you back from being the superstar, the superhero you were created to be. Because trust me, every human being on earth was created to be a superstar. You have to start believing that. Every one of us, and including you, is meant to be a superhero of some sort to some people, to some place at a particular time. And we cannot tackle beating limiting mindsets without looking at our belief systems, how they are formed, what can we do to change what we believe, and what can we begin to believe. So ride on with me and let's have a great time together, okay? Yeah, so in this course, we're going to be looking at an introduction, which I just gave you, how beliefs are formed, man's imagery, that's basically your imagination, and body, soul, and spirit. When we allow ourselves to settle for less, no one is obliged to stop us, says Marshall Evans. And I totally agree with her. I agree completely. When we allow ourselves to settle for less, when all we think about is little, is small, because we think that is what you deserve, nobody will stop you. Like it is commonly says, if you think you are right, you're correct. If you think you can do it, you're correct. If you think you cannot do it, you're still correct. Because as a man thinks, so is he. You are what you think, basically. You are what you think. The way you think is how your life pans out, how your life plays out. You may think you have the best of life right now, but let me tell you, once your thinking changes and you be like, I have more, I can have more, I can be more, I deserve more, you begin to experience more, for real. Okay? So when we allow ourselves to settle for less, no one is obliged to stop us. Look at it again and think about it. So here we are at belief system. You are what you believe. You are what you believe, basically. So I ask you, what do you believe about yourself? Do you believe there is more to you? Do you believe you can be more? Do you believe you can have a better life than you are having right now? What do you believe? Beliefs are formed from repetitive hearing, things that you keep hearing over and over again. If you keep hearing that you're a superstar, you will believe it. If you keep hearing that you're a liar, you believe it. If you keep hearing that you're a thief, you believe it. And if you keep hearing that you're going to be the next president, at some point your mind begins to be like, it's actually possible, you know, it is the truth. So what we hear from time to time forms our belief. And that is why one of your takeaway from this course is to pay attention to what you begin to listen to, who you listen to. If there are people that are older than you, your guardian, your parents, and they're saying negative things about you, you may not be able to hold their mouth and stop them, but you can stop your mind from thinking about it and from agreeing with it. Okay, you might see poverty all around you, but you can stop your mind from agreeing with that poverty and saying that I am made for more. Can you repeat it to yourself? I am made for more. I am made for more because I deserve more. Consistent thinking, making arguments for the beliefs till they become conviction. Okay? So keep thinking only on things that work in line with the greatness that you desire. But first, do you even desire any greatness at all? Why don't you think about that? What kind of greatness do you desire? What is your desire? What is your biggest desire? Like, if all things were equal, you were born in the best place you wanted to be born, you have the best kind of parents you wanted, you have all the money in the world, what is your desire? A lot of people form convictions from what they hear and what they see around them. This is known as conditioning. And let me tell you, your conditioning is very powerful. It becomes like an operating system that forms how your life is lived and the results that you get, okay? What you practice, what you prove also grow your conviction. I ask again, what do you believe about yourself? What do you believe about yourself? Conviction brings consistency in results. A lot of people settle for mediocrity, that is average, because they are not convinced of a significant reality. You are not sure that tomorrow will be better. You know, when you hear people say it will be better, you're like, just to keep hope alive. No, it's beyond that. What do you believe? I'm asking you again. Don't settle for the average around you. No, don't. A lot of superheroes have gone from the slots. Have you ever heard of Oprah Winfrey? Have you ever heard of Michael Jordan? Have you ever heard of Barack Obama? They were not born with silver spoons. They were not born to rich parents. If anything at all, they were disadvantaged, but they rose to the top echelon of their career. They rose to be to the epic point. They rose to become world superstars. So I'm telling you today that your environment, yes, it is important, but does not limit you from being the best you can be in the world. And I kid you not, that is the absolute truth. Your behavior is a reflection of what you believe, and your belief is a predictor of your behavior. In questioning our belief system lies the answer to our greatness. So now I want to ask you, what do you believe? Why do you believe what you believe? Why do you believe what you believe? Who told you that? You can never be more than a housewife. Who told you? Do you want to be more than that? Then yes, you can be more than that. You can never be more than a shopkeeper. Who told you that? Is the person God? Did the person design your life? Okay, I guess not. So you can be all that you are meant to be. You can be all that you want to be. You can be as great as you allow your mind to think. Have you ever questioned your convictions? Is your belief a fact or the truth? Okay, so if somebody says that, and because this happened to your mother, it happened to your sister, it happened to your auntie, it happened to your great grandma, so it must happen to you, it's a lie. It's a lie. You can break the flow, I assure you. You can break that flow. Once your mind breaks that thought pattern and begin to set a new one, it becomes that new thought pattern, that new way of thinking, that new agreement you are forming with yourselves becomes your new reality. Okay? So you can practically change your reality by changing what you agree with. So I ask again, that thing you are believing about yourself, who told you? Is it a fact or a universal law? A universal law is a law of gravity, for example. Whatever goes up must come down. It's obtainable here in Nigeria. It's obtainable in Africa, in the whole of Africa. It's obtainable in America, in Australia, in Europe. It's the same thing. You cannot climb 10-story building and jump without having a parachute or something. You will fall down. So that's the universal law. Even at that, there are laws above laws. But for our level today, what they told you, is it a fact? Is it a universal law? Is it truth? In those days, nobody believed a woman can be president, but hello, we've had a female president who was even nursing her baby while being a president. Your assignment is to find out who. Go on Google and search. She was nursing her baby, and while she was actively being the president of her country. A young woman at that, and she's one of the topmost performing presidents in the world. You really need to Google that and read about that. You see, I'm happy because the world is now flat, as it were. We're no longer limited to what our nose, we can see beyond our nose now. We're no longer limited to what is around us alone. You can go on the internet, instead of wasting time following gossips, following celebrities who are going nowhere, search out your dream. Look at great women in the world that you like to become. Check out their living patterns. Check out their thought patterns. Check out how they think. What did they do? What schools did they attend? What is their story? What is their challenge? How are they overcoming that challenge? Whenever you have access to internet, I want you to dream big and search out that dream. Maybe your dream is already existing. Maybe it's not existing already, but look for something that is close to it. Stop living on facts alone. You need to take yourself seriously enough to live by the truth, that are written concerning you, and not just by the limitations of your environment. I ask again, do you believe? Ignorance does not eliminate the truth. Let me tell you a story. While I was growing up, story. So all my years in primary school, in secondary school, I thought my dad was a very rich man because, of course, he had Mercedes-Benz, if you know what I mean, in the 80s, somebody having Mercedes-Benz, Benz 230. I think he even bought baby Benz. He had a 505, a Peugeot 505. He had some cars and we were happy, I thought. But the fact is that all of these cars were Tokumbo. All of my streets, everybody bought Tokumbo cars. In the church I grew up in, everybody bought a Tokumbo. I didn't know that people can buy brand new cars. I didn't even know brand new cars existed. It was just not in my frame of mind. It just didn't enter my mind that you can actually go to a shop, just like you're buying yam, you're buying bread, you can pay money and pick a new car. It's not something that ever entered my mind. So I understand, if you cannot dream some dream now, I get it. I've been there too before. So that was what I grew up with. So I believe that the best you can do is to get maybe a Nigerian used car or a Tokumbo. At best, if you're buying a Tokumbo, you're rich. Only for me to get married. And then God blessed us with a brand new car. As in, I'm the one that had to tear rubber. I had to tear the nylon on the seat. My mind could not believe it. Do you know what happened? Please don't laugh. When they showed me the car, I ran as if I'm seeing my daddy that has traveled for 20 years. I ran to the car to start hugging the car. Please don't laugh at me like and think like I'm a village woman. It was just where my mind was at the time. I was hugging the car. I had to remove my slippers before I entered the car because it was too new. I just believed that my slippers and my shoe could not enter that car. I had to enter barefoot, clean my leg before entering the car. Yes, laugh all you want. So that was the first time in my life I experienced a brand new car. that you have to tear leather, tear the rubber. I just didn't know it existed, because around me, I never saw it. So when I'm dreaming of car, I never dreamt of a brand new car. But God has brought us to a place whereby you can act, we can be anything we want to be. And we allowed our minds, by the help of God, to receive what that God has for us. So I'm telling you that much more than what you're experiencing right now, there is more. Not only in marriage, even before you marry, even as a person, as an individual, as in your individuality, as before you grow, even right now, you can experience more in life as we demand more from life. As you take time to consciously invest in your mind, in your education, in your spirituality, you can be more. Systemize your belief by breaking them into habits of simple steps you can take daily towards a significant journey. Do you want to browse about places you want to go, people you want to be like, books you like to read, things you like to do for good? Do you want to concentrate and mark out time? Okay, so you want to be the greatest artist in the world. What are you doing about it? Are you spending 1 hour every day to practice your drawing or your artistry or your craftsmanship? What can you do to the area that is around you? What can you do? What value can you add to the cassava around you? Take time out, 1 hour every day if possible, and just think. Allow yourself to dream. Okay? Good things come to those who believe. Do you like this pretty lady? Do you want to smile and look healthy and fresh like her? Then start believing that you can be. Start believing that you can be as beautiful, as fresh, and as happy as you want to be. Okay? You can be as beautiful as you want to be. You can be as fresh as you want to be. You can have the life that you dream of. You can have the life that you desire. You can have the beauty that you think of. You see, some people, you think they are ugly now. Just wait, let them change the environment. Let them eat good food and have clean air around them and have some money in their pockets. You will see that they are the most beautiful people in the world. So don't write yourself off, okay? Believe. Good things come to those who believe. And here we are at man's imagery. When I say man, I'm referring to male and female. We are all tripartite beings. What that means is that you are a spirit. You are not your body. You are a spirit. You have a soul and you live inside your casing. Your casing is your body, okay? So your body is not all that there is to you. Your body does not define you, as it were, because you're first a spirit, you have a soul, and you live in a body. All right? So, like I said, the body is the casing, the housing for your spirit and the soul to relate and function physically on this side of the divide that is on earth. The body is purely physical and responds to the soul. That is why you can see yourself running heavily in a dream and wake up panting and all sweaty. Now, your body is your executive arm of your tripartite being, okay? It's the body that does what comes to your mind, all right? So that's why you need to keep it healthy. You need to keep your body fresh, drink water as much as you can, exercise so that you can clear your mind. Eat healthy and avoid all the bad stuff. Don't use your body anyhow, okay? So that you can execute the great ideas that come to your mind and become a great person on earth. Now, moving on to the soul. The soul consists of your mind, your will, and your emotion. I say that again, your soul consists of your mind, your will, and emotion. It is the gateway between the physical and the spiritual. It is a step-down transformer that makes the spiritual become a relatable reality. It's the medium through which the spiritual communicates with the physical. Many times when people receive an idea or a prophecy or have a vision of a great future, sometimes doesn't come to pass because these ideas, prophecies, or the vision of their future that they have received, it's not because those things are not valid. It's because their mind cannot conceive it. Okay? So what if I told you now that as you're listening to me, you're going to be the greatest writer, even greater than Chimamanda Adichie? It's not like you cannot be it, but can your mind carry it? This is because you can't be in good health or prosper physically beyond the prosperity of your soul. It's the reason severe anger or unforgiveness can lead to a heart attack. It's the reason your skin glows in radiance when your heart is full of joy. So your mind is a place where ideas are generated, for the body to execute. For a significant life, we must pay attention to the development of our mind because no one can help you beyond the level of your reasoning. No one can be helped beyond the level of their reasoning. No one can be helped beyond the level of their reasoning. So what I'm trying to do today is to elevate your mindset, to help you see beyond what you already see, to remove some clogs and to break some barriers, to help you know that you can be more. You can dream freely because dreaming is free. That is why many times when God wants to introduce people to a new epic level, it takes them through a process of mind re-engineering, which is what we're trying to do right now. You develop your soul by renewing your mind and mastering your emotions. Emotional intelligence helps you master your emotions. A person mastered by their emotion is a disaster waiting to happen. So let me ask you, have you ever seen somebody living a life that you like to live? Have you ever seen someone living the life like, I wish this person I wish I can just be this kind of human being? Take note of that. The mind is made of your conscious, subconscious, and unconscious. The conscious mind is what we are all most familiar with. It's what we used to think. It's what you use to answer your question. If they ask you 2 + 2, you say 4 because that is what is in your consciousness. It's easily manipulated and can be changed with a stronger argument. Major shifts begin in our life when we begin to pay attention to our subconscious mind. Our subconscious mind is formed from our condition. Remember what I said about what happens in your environment, where you live, how it changes how you think, what people say to you, okay? Those things, the music you listen to, the messages you hear, whether from TV, the news you're listening to, and all of that, they form your conditioning. And bulk of this is in your subconscious, okay? I want you to know that your subconscious runs up to 80% of your life. So if something is running 80% of your life, don't you think you should pay attention to it? The unconscious processes the data our conscious mind takes in through the day, especially when we sleep. Now, have you ever heard yourself talk to yourself before? Now, that is your subconscious trying to bring something to your consciousness. When you sit down and some thoughts just well up in your mind, that is your subconscious trying to, bring some things to your consciousness. So now, how do you feed and change your consciousness? The mind is strengthened by meditating on what is pure. Think on things that are true, not things that are fictional. So there's a man beating his wife around you. Don't think that your life will end up like that. Allow yourself to consciously think of a man that loves his wife, helps her to carry her load, nurtures her, takes care of his children, helps her to do stuff that needs to be done, respects his wife, a woman that respects her husband, a woman that loves her children. Allow yourself to think about that. Think of a woman who has a good family, who has a good job, or has a great business, and is still useful to her community. There are women like that living even right now as we speak. You can be greater. There is more. Your life doesn't have to end in a certain way just because it is a pattern around you. So your mind is strengthened by meditating on what is pure, what is transformational, what is joyful, what is intelligent. So find intelligent stuff to read great books, listen to great podcasts, listen to great intelligent news. Find out what's happening in technology. Find out what is happening with agriculture. In the world right now, find out what is going on around you and see how you can be a part of it. Don't just be limited to your environment. There is always more out there. The mind has a memory that runs garbage in, garbage out. So when we spend hours feeding on things that dull the mind, like low intelligence TV content, all you're watching is just some low intelligence TV content that does not help you, Big Brother Nigeria, or some comedy that does not add value to your life, you might want to watch it, or you're concentrating on pornography or listening to gossip, or you're listening to somebody who's always feeding your mind with negativity. Cut out from those things, cut them off. Or you are following social media junk, then you can't be optimal, you can't be the best, you can't be the great person that you were meant to be. So think about these things. Don't be that person who is always involved in gossip, involved in negative vibes. People are always trying to feed you. It will not help you. They create a ceiling over your life that you can't rise above. You need to stop that and begin to dream big and begin to concentrate on things that challenge you positively. Okay? For a significant life, we must pay attention. Okay, I think we've done this. Let's go forward. Let's go forward. Let's go forward. I hope you are having an understanding and you're getting some insights so far. All right, great. So the mind is a cultivation ground and a building site of big ideas. So you want to be big. So you want to be great. Your mind is where it all starts from. Well, what I mean start from, I'm talking about the physical realm, okay? When was the last time you read a book, listen to a podcast, or watch a video that elevated your emotional intelligence or your IQ? Time is the currency of your life. If you want to live a life of excellence, you have to give it time. How much time have you dedicated to the things that will make you great? Significant people invest more quality time in investing in their personal development more than they spend on doing stuff in their workplace. I first and foremost congratulate you for being on this program and for listening to this course. You are on a journey. It means that you pay attention to things that truly matter. You want to become a better person. So that is a good sign on its own. And I really, really celebrate you for that. I'm clapping for you and I'm saying congratulations. But you need to do more. There is more. So spend more time, quality time in investing in your personal development, okay? Indulging in things that clog your mind, like unforgiveness. You see, you have to forgive people, not because they deserve forgiveness or because of them, but because of you. You need to set yourself free from that prison of malice that is holding you down. He restricts you from flying. We have to remove our minds from things that clog the mind, like greed, like jealousy and envy. See, when people have things that you desire, celebrate them. Be happy for them, because in that you're attracting it. You cannot attract what you don't respect. No, you can't. You can't have what you don't, you can't attract what you don't celebrate. So if you're always talking that, okay, it's not their fault, is it the only one? Why are they always, then you're saying that you don't deserve it as well. But when you celebrate with them, when you rejoice with them, you're attracting your own. And it will find you. Okay? Envy is an indication of perceived hopelessness and helplessness. You are telling yourself that I can never be great. That's why you envy other people. When you believe that you too can be great, then you don't envy them. You celebrate them as your sister, as your brother. You can't be bitter and be better at the same time. You have to choose one. It's either you want to be better. If you don't like where you are right now, then let's be better, not be bitter, okay? Some of us need to go through a mind cleansing and settle those things we've been sweeping under the carpet. Face your fears, face your challenges, settle your scores, and forgive everyone, including yourself. Forgive yourself as well, so that you can have a clean house to download and process significance. Let go of old glory. Maybe, yes, you are the local champion. Please let that go so that you can become global champion. okay, and be challenged for a new level of glorious opportunities. Meditation helps. Do you know what meditation is? Spending some time to think and ponder on things that truly matter. Visioning can take your mind to places of destiny. So I was saying earlier that dreaming is free. Can you spend some time every day to just dream freely? Come on, just sit down and just dream. Let people think that you are mad. Let them think that, how is that even possible? Let your mind even challenge you. Continue to dream, oh, Joseph. How would these things come to pass? Leave that one. Once you begin to attract greatness in your mind, the universe finds a way to make it come to pass. The how will come, okay? Allow yourself to dream. Just imagining that, okay, so I'm in the best place I want to be in the world. I'm in Paris. I have people serving me as they're serving me. I have secretaries. I have my PA. Just imagine it. And see, nobody's going to charge you money for dreaming. Nobody's going to say, pay money for having great dreams. No, and it's okay. It's a good exercise of the mind. Instead of spending your time to say, is this how my life will be? Yeah, is this how my life will go on? No, don't do that. Say, this is how my life is going to be. I'm going to be the greatest in this. I'm going to be celebrated for this. I'm going to have all these awards decorating my wall. I'm going to sit in this large office. The world is going to celebrate me. Harvard is going to learn about me. Hello, yeah, it's possible. I beg, just dream. It's free. Dream first and let the reality be finding its way to you. Okay? Now the spirit connects you with God. It's the infinite source of wealth. God, who is the infinite source of wealth and wisdom. So that now I want you to look beyond your parents. I want you to look beyond your teachers. I want you to look beyond your school. I want you to look beyond the environment. I want you to look beyond your church or your mosque. I want you to look beyond all that you know and just think about God for a moment. Check, God is your creator, is your father. Okay, great. So do you know that he has an infinite source of wisdom and wealth? So why should you stop halfway? You're only just starting. Come on, no matter the level of greatness you're hoping to achieve, is only just starting. Because there is an infinite source of wealth and wisdom that we are connected to. That is when you activate your spiritual connection. So that is why I need you to know that it is very important for you to be spiritual and not just religious. That is a whole different story for another day. There's a difference between being religious and being spiritual. Being spiritual means you have a direct connection with your maker, with your source. There's no intermediary. You are directly connected. You can connect freely. You can hear freely what has been written about you, what has been said about you, what does God say about you. So if somebody says that you cannot amount to anything, is that what God is saying? Is that what your maker said about you? No. God has the ultimate plan for your life. Develop yours. Everything takes the identity from a source. God is our source. As human beings on earth, God is our source. So if you're taking our identity from God, is God limited? Has God ever been stopped from achieving anything he wants to achieve? That's the question you should be asking yourself. So can I be stopped? If God is on my side and I'm connected to God, and God is living through me and I'm living through him, I'm unstoppable. I'm unstoppable. Come on. Develop your spirituality by having a personal relationship with him. It's not about being religious, but having the ability to see God as your father and that he has perfect plans for you beyond what anyone else says or thinks. So you need to connect directly with God and see firsthand the good things he has written and the life designs he has concerning you. Okay? Now, you need to know that your spirit is a network receiver, is your Wi-Fi, is a connector of ideas, is what connects you to God, to your source of infinite, the infinite source of wealth and wisdom. Whereas the mind is the processor of the ideas that come from your infinite source, and your body is the one that achieves and executes these things. I hope that is clear. So going forward, we need to have an attitude of gratitude. It is very important. Have an attitude of gratitude because it brings you an altitude of greatness. I hope my grammar is not too much, but listen again. Have an attitude of gratitude because it brings you an altitude, a height of greatness. Be grateful for something or someone around you every day. Make it a habit of being grateful every day. Be grateful to your parents, be grateful to your maker, be grateful to your teachers. Just be grateful. Find a reason to be grateful. Look for it. Find a reason to be grateful. Complaining drains you of your creative energy. Complaint drains you of your creative energy. Now, there's something I like to quote here. F1, energy flows where attention goes. I've heard this from DDK before. Energy flows, and then Miles Moroto has something to say around this. Energy flows where attention goes. What you focus on enlarges, okay? What that means is that anything you focus on is what increases in your life. If you focus on challenges, they will increase. When you focus on opportunities, they will multiply around you. So wherever you channel your energy, your attention, that's where your energy is going, and that's what will increase in your life. So I ask again, what do you believe? What do you want from your life? What are you going to be channeling your energy on? The problems around you, the people fighting around you, the limitations around you, all the opportunities that are possible for your soul, just because you are alive. Just because you are alive. God is a good investor who will continue to create more opportunities for those who don't give excuses, but maximize them. Even when you think you can ask for help, because it won't give you. It won't give you what you know you can't handle. When you know you can't, you think that, this thing is too big for me, ask for help. When ideas come your way and you don't respond quickly to them, he moves on to the next faithful servant. And before long, you see that idea being executed elsewhere. You're like, and I thought about it too, and it came to my mind. So when things come to you, run with it immediately. And when I was younger, much, much younger, and that's why I don't want you to think that anything is impossible, because we have so many child entrepreneurs, children, millionaire CEOs these days, and they are still in school. But when I was young, at that time, we always had imported dresses. I wasn't sure anybody was using Ankara to make dress. Now that Ankara is popular everywhere as fine dresses. But all the dresses they used to buy from me then, maybe from America anyway, I used to think that, why can't we use our own local Ankara to do it? If only that I pursued it, I probably would have been an inventor and everybody would be celebrating me today. And you know what that means, right? But today, we can't even imagine that there was a time they were not using Ankara to make a dress. So now I don't know that idea that's coming to your mind is looking foolish, like it's not possible. But give it a few years, it will become a normal thing. So why don't you just latch onto that idea, talk to people who can help you, like your mentor and your teacher, and let them help you translate that idea into a reality that will be celebrated in years to come. Okay? Think big. Think about living a life of impact. What problems do you want solved in your family? Are there problems around you? What are the problems that you want solved in your community or your nation? What can you do to become the solution to that problem? Or solution to someone else's challenge, and that will also give you some level of happiness? What problem can you solve that will make you happy? Think about it. If all we do is to live for ourselves, I want you to think about something bigger than you. So when I say think big, I'm not just saying that think about your daily bread or about your house alone or about your family alone. No, think about how you can meaningfully contribute to your society. If all we do is to live for ourselves, to be okay in our own corner, then we're not living a significant life. You can't settle for average because you were created to solve a significant problem on earth. See, when people solve problems, they are creating value. When you create value, money comes to you. When money comes to you, people appreciate you, and then you're celebrated. So think about it. What value can I create? What problem can I solve? By downloading the icons and programs God has put inside of you, you need to work with them and become Great, because let me assure you, Africa is rising. Africa is becoming great. Are you going to rise with Africa? So what is the idea you've been sitting on or you've been toying with that you only wish? What's stopping you from flying with your dreams? Fly. Come on, I want you to look at the picture of that aeroplane. Nothing is stopping the aeroplane from flying. Nothing is stopping you from flying. Fly. Look at this girl in this picture. She's jumping over that bridge. What is that leap that you need to take? That giant leap. I'm saying again to you, fly. Take that giant leap. Fly. Be the greatest you can be. Be all that you are meant to be. Be more. Be all that you can be. Okay? Now, I want you to make a decision. Who do I want to be? It's a question. Who do you want to be? Just close your eyes for a moment and just allow yourself to dream. Who do you want to be? And reintroduce that person to yourself and say, hello, I am new. I am, you. As you are looking at me, respect me well because you are looking at the first female president of Nigeria, for example. Or you are looking at the greatest scientist of all, whatever is your dream. Reintroduce yourself to yourself and carry yourself as such. Don't let people misuse you or misuse your destiny because there is more to you. As a young girl, don't let boys take advantage of you because there's more to your life. Yes, you are more than the local champion that you are right now. And this is where I like to say, welcome to your new self. Dream big, don't stop dreaming. Dreaming is free. If you have questions and comments, you can follow me on social media, on Instagram at Tosin Shosonya, on Facebook at Tosin Komolafe Shosonya. Thank you, it's been a great time. I can't wait to see your greatness being exhibited in the world because you are bigger than where you are right now. Have a great one. Ciao.